to abuse. Welcome back to another episode of Security Zone. It's your boy, Officer Bahi, and in today's episode, I just want to talk about the Taser, less than lethal. If you're an armed guard, if you do armed security, it's a very good idea to carry a Taser because you don't want to resort to your firearm for every single situation, especially if the situation is small, when you can end it simply by using a Taser, less than lethal. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about how when I first started out, I was using the Taser Pulse. Now, the Taser Pulse is a good conducted energy weapon. It is a good one. It is pretty strong. But it's mostly intended for women, and it's mostly intended for civilian use. Now, for private security, yes, I did use the Taser Pulse. But every single Taser instructor, every single professional person that I ran into in the security industry, police officers, sheriffs themselves too, not just security, they kept telling me that I need to make a switch. If I'm going to use a Taser for private security, it's a lot smarter to go with the X26. Now, the X26, you see a lot of police officers using the X26. Now they switched to the Taser 7. And the reason why they did that is because this X26 is a lot stronger than these other Tasers. And what that was causing was people to get injured and, causing a lot of lawsuits with police departments and security companies as well. Private security, armed security, tribal security, what have you. Any type of security. Everybody that carries a Taser, every security company that I know that carries a Taser has a lawsuit under their belt that involves a Taser. Now, when they did come out with the X26 over the M26, they designed it to have shape pulse technology. And what do I mean by that? Well, the X26 is actually 5% more powerful than any other Taser that's on the market. And that is why law enforcement actually switched to the Taser 7s. These are actually too strong. And they were causing people to get hurt. They work. Don't get me wrong. They work. What they're intended for. But you do not want to misuse it. You can get in trouble. It is for self-defense. Which this one is for self-defense, more of self-defense. This one is for self-defense and to gain compliance. Again, Taser Pulse. It is defensive. X26, offensive, which what we need in private security. It's not going to always be self-defense. And here's the thing with the Taser Pulse as well. With the Taser Pulse, you can put in a 15-foot cartridge. It will shoot out the prongs. It does have a laser and a light. Okay. Now, the thing is with these, that's all you have. The only option you have is to use a 15-foot cartridge, which runs you at about $30 per cartridge, I believe. So they're probably about $60, $65 for the pair. And that's all you can use for the Taser Pulse. The X26, on the other hand, the cool thing about the X26 is you have the 15-foot cartridges, you have the 21-foot cartridges, and they also have 30-foot cartridges. And not only that, it's cross-compatible with another tool that is called the Phaser Enforcer. Those cartridges also fit on the X26 because the X26 has a lot of tactical advantages, which the Taser Pulse does not have. Now, the Taser Pulse, yes, it is 50,000 volts, but you're looking at a lot stronger when it comes to the X26. And, you know, comparing the two, they're not really that different in size. It's just when you start adding the tactical features to the X26, it does look bigger. And the cool thing is about the X26, when you use phaser cartridges for the Taser, you can actually put rubber bullet cartridges. You can use paintball cartridges. You can use pepper ball cartridges. There's different tactical advantages, like I said, when it comes to the Taser X26. Taser Pulse, nothing. None of that. All you have is a 15-foot cartridge, and that's it. Here is the holster for the Taser Pulse. It has no locking mechanism other than you put it in and you snug it down with a screw. Put it in, pull it right out. Simple as that. Now, the X26, on the other hand, you have multiple different holsters for the X26. This one is a Blackhawk holster. And on this holster, oh, okay, and it's also a level 2, which is this, the locking mechanism. You don't have any of that on the Pulse. Now, the X26, you can add features like an extra cartridge holder, like I have here. Those 2 screws holding it, or you can take it off. You don't have to have that on there. But the cool thing is you can add things to that. The Taser Pulse, you cannot. You can take this off of the holster and put on a belt clip and have it on your belt. Or what you can also do, more tactical features, this will go onto your molly inside your vest. And what this does is you would end up screwing the holster onto that, the little bracket, and then you can mount the Taser to your vest if you don't want to wear it on your belt, which is cool. Taser Pulse, you can't do any of that. Another thing, Taser Pulse. This is a Taser Pulse Plus. All right? And when you shoot it, or when you turn it on, this is all you see right here. Just the green indicator showing you your battery life. And that's it. And then when you actually press the trigger, it fires for 30 seconds. Now, there's security officers out there who think that I can shut it off in 5 seconds. You can simply shut it off. It does not work like that. When you're going to be in front of a judge, when you're in court and they're telling you, was it a justified 5 seconds? Are you going to say, yes, I counted. I said 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Like, nah, that's not going to work. Anyways, like I said, civilian use, more intended for women, self-defense. These are great. They do work. But they're not as strong and they're not as reliable as the Taser X26. For duty, you want to carry one of those, not a Taser Pulse, especially if you are an armed security officer. You do not want to carry a Taser Pulse for your less than lethal. Trust me, guys. I know it costs more. I know. But you're better off in the long run. Get yourself an X26 professional Taser. Like I said, with this one, all you saw was the battery indicator, right? Now give me a second. I'm going to set this down for 1 second just so I can show you the tactical features that I'm talking about. Now, here's one of the batteries. It even says X26 on the bottom. Kind of like how the Glocks have, let me show you. Kind of like how the Glock has the symbol on the bottom of the magazine. It says Glock. They did the same thing with the X26 battery. And you put that battery in there, your Taser is good to go. You turn it on, it's good to go. The cool thing is you can switch from this battery. Sorry, you can't see it. But the cool thing is that you can switch from this kind of battery with the X26 on the bottom. Sorry for shaking. To a more tactical battery like this one. And what this has is a feature for you to add a cartridge onto the bottom of it. So, again, I'm going to set you down for 1 second. Put on the tactical battery. And it goes in, nice and simple. And then you see, once you put the battery in, it starts counting down. All right? You can see from here. Now it'll show a bunch of different numbers, and then once it stops doing that, that's how you know it's calibrated, it's good to go. Now, I don't have it completely all the way in, but you see where I'm going with the more tactical features you start to add onto it, the more bulkier it looks, but way more reliable still, in my opinion, than the Taser Pulse. Now that battery, you can add a cartridge to the bottom of it. So then you can put the cartridge in the front, you shoot, if you miss, pull the cartridge off the bottom, tactical reload, you're good to go. Now, like I said, with this Taser Pulse, you shoot it, it does not count down. It just shows the green circle. If it's yellow, your battery's getting weaker. If it's red, you need to change your batteries. That's all that shows. That's it. The Taser X26 actually shows you your battery life. It has a laser. It has a flashlight. And the cool thing about this is that you can actually control it. With the Taser Pulse, you can't do that. You can use the laser and the light, but you can turn off the laser. You can have only the flashlight. You can have only the laser, or you can do both, have the laser and light. You can control those features because, like I said, more tactical features when it comes to the X26. And the cool thing about this, it has case law on its side. Taser Pulse does not. And like I said, what that means is the whole justifiable 5 seconds. There's no way you can tell me that you squeeze the trigger on a Taser Pulse and he did not ride the lightning for more than 5 seconds. You can't prove that. Not only does this count down 5 seconds and automatically shuts off when the 5 seconds is done, not only does that give you peace of mind, but you can also plug in. There's a cord that comes with this. There's programs that these X26s run. And you can actually see how long you pressed it for. You can see how many times you pulled that trigger. I'm telling you guys, the tactical features between this, the safetiness between this and this, you do not want to use a Taser Pulse, guys. I did, but I gave it to my girlfriend. I feel good that she has it, but like I said, I won't be using that for security. And guys, if you are using a Taser Pulse for private security, please make the upgrade. I know these cost more. I know that. But it has case law on its side. It has tactical features, different cartridges, different batteries, different things that you can add to it to benefit you a lot better in this industry. And guys, you can go get a refurbished one of these for $500, or go on www.armsunlimited.com, type in Taser X26, and it will pop up. and you'll be able to purchase an X26 professional taser just like this one. The only difference is you might get a black one, you might get a yellow one. That's the only thing you don't know. But for $200, you cannot beat that. Now, I'm not going to lie. I spent over $400 on this. But at the time, it was when the pandemic hit and everybody was buying self-defense weapons and just, yeah, it was crazy during that time. That's when I picked up on this, which I should have waited because now it's like around $300 or maybe even less. But I spent $200 on this Taser X26. It was the best $200 spent. I love this thing. I ordered all these features for it. The website itself even has cartridges. A pair of cartridges, comes with two, for $30. Usually if you go on Amazon or if you go on eBay or any other website and try to order these cartridges, you're looking at like 65, 70 bucks. But Arms Unlimited, get you the Taser X26, $200. Get you some cartridges, 30 bucks. The only thing you will have to do is order you a holster. Actually, it'll come with the holster, but like I said, you won't know if it's black or yellow, and the holster is you won't know if it's left or right. So if you're right-handed, order you a right-hand holster. If you're left-handed, order you a left-hand one. And the only thing you will need to order is a battery. You know, it's up to you. You can either get the flush battery that just by itself, or you can get the tactical battery that holds the cartridge in there. Or, you know, you can use the cartridge holders, put that on your belt, put it on your vest, or, you know, attach it to your Taser X26 holster like I did on here. That way you just have extra cartridges and it's good. And don't forget, like I said, they are cross-compatible with the Phaser Enforcer. Taser Pulse, that's all you got. All you have is 30-second ride that you cannot control. And these things are made to shoot out the prongs, drop it, and run. And then you call the police and you make a police report, and Exxon will send you another one. That's what these are built for. They are not built for armed security guards to rely on this for a less lethal weapon. Trust me, you guys, you don't want to do that. Make the switch to a professional weapon that has case law on its side. And I don't even want to call it a weapon, a tool, a professional tool, less than lethal. So you don't always have to resort to grabbing your firearm for everything. Let me know what you guys think. If you have a Taser Pulse and you're using it for security and it's working for you, more power to you. Do your thing. But if it comes down to it, case law, not on this, but it is backed up for this. Because these have the digital pulse controller, cables, a bunch of things that you can use because it is a professional tool. That's not. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys being with me here in the zone. As always, like, share, subscribe. Know your worth, know your value, value your time. Most of all, be safe. Officer Bahi, I'm out.